What's up, guys? How you guys doing today? And today we'll be doing an NHL Team Tier List. Now, before we get into this, I'm just gonna say that I don't know a lot about these teams. Obviously, I do know most of these teams, but for a team like Nashville Predators, I don't really know most of the team. So I'm sorry, but I really don't know some of these teams. I do know all the teams, but I don't know the players of some teams. So head into this is also by alphabetical order. So Anaheim Ducks. Now, also by the way, we are doing it by how good they're doing this season. So it's like a prediction almost. So Anaheim Ducks. I'm not sure where they are in the standings right now. They are yeah, they're dead last. Anaheim. So Anaheim, I'm actually putting them as C tier. I don't think they're that bad. Anaheim isn't that bad of a team. I don't think so. They're still improving, I believe. I don't think they're that bad of a team. They have obviously every team can improve, but I don't think the Anaheim Ducks are D tier. But I do think they're C tier. The Arizona Coyotes, or how I like to call them, the Phoenix Coyotes. They are seventh, not so good either. I don't believe they were good last year. I'm actually putting them at D tier. They're not really that good of a team. They need to improve. Uh, yeah, they weren't that good of a team. I believe last year in the standings. Let me look. I'm pretty sure last year, I think they were dead last in the league, or maybe that was 2 years ago. But they were not good. If this loads, okay. But yeah, they were not a good team. Uh, Yeah, they were dead last with 57 points, but a negative 106. That's very, very low. Obviously, they need to improve. They really do have to improve. The Boston Bruins. Now they are actually first in the league. I'm putting them at S tier. They're great. David Pasternak. No, yeah, David Pasternak. He's a great player, and Marchand. They're really great players. They could dominate the league. I believe David Pasternak is actually how many goals did he have? He has a good amount of goals. He has 19 points with 8 goals and 11 assists, which is great. Boston Bruins are always a good team. That type of team that's always good. And they are doing well. They are first in the league, and they're first in the Atlantic Division. So they are an S team, in my opinion. I think they're a really good team. The Buffalo Sabres. Now, I'm not sure where they are either in the division. They're second. They had a really good start, surprisingly. They had a pretty bad season last year. Did not have a good season, but this year they had a pretty good start of the season. So I expect them. I predict them to be them at B tier. They're not a bad team. They're a decent team because B tier is like decent. Buffalo Sabres, yeah, B tier improvement. Many young players, they can definitely improve. Tage Thompson, he's there, but yeah, they're great. They have many good young players. I just need to improve, and yeah, I think they're a B tier. Calgary Flames lost two of their most valuable players to Chuck and Goudreau. But they did get Huberdeau, I think that's his name. I'm not saying his name. But he is a great player for Calgary. And I do think Calgary is actually a decent team. Even though they have lost, I'm not. They lost two of their best valuable players, and yeah, they may be fit. I do think they will come back because they are still a good team. I do think they'll come back, and I think they'll be actually no, I'm gonna be a B tier. I think it'll be a decent team this year. I I think they'll make the playoffs. I'm not sure. I'll make another video on that who will make the playoffs, but yeah, I think they'll be a B tier. Now the Carolina Hurricanes, I'm putting them at S tier. They're a good team. Last year they were a great team, and this year they're a great team. I mean, if we look at here, let's go to Carolina. Let's go to the page because I don't know most of their players. Carolina Hurricanes, but let's look at the regular season player statistics. They did beat the Sabres, who I did put at B tier. Sabres are a good team. We got Sebastian Aho, 15 points, great player. Brett Burns, they did get. I'm not sure when, but they did get Brett Burns. 8 points. I think he's defensive. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what position he is, but he is good also. Yeah, Brady Shea, 6 points, not bad. And Marcus Necas, which is 17 points. Very good player from Carolina Hurricanes. They do get a lot of goals and they get assists, and they're great. And the goalie, Ratna, he's good too, 2.42 goals allowed. I think that's great for Carolina Hurricanes. I do think they're an S tier team. They're a great team right now. Chicago Blackhawks. I really do like Chicago Blackhawks. They're one of my favorite teams, but they are doing not too bad. But I am actually going to put them at A tier. I don't think they're that good, but they are a pretty good team. Also, one of my favorites is Jonathan Taines and Patrick Kane. They're a great team, but like I'm going to say this with almost every team, they need to improve still. Now we have the defending Stanley Cup champions, the Colorado Avalanche. Now I'm gonna put them at S tier because I mean they've won the Stanley Cup last year, and even though they had a bad start, I still think they're gonna do good this season. Wait, let me just try Colorado. Yeah, they had. It's not even a bad start. I think the Colorado Avalanche, they didn't do too bad either. We have Nathan McKinnon. They had, I forgot. Nathan McKinnon, and then 15 points. McKinnon 6 much. Kale McCarr, that's the guy I was thinking. Great player, 10 points in 10 games, and Evan Rodriguez 5 points, and I can't say his name, with 12 points in only 70 games, which is a good amount of points. I think McKinnon, Ratton, and McCarr really do help this team be better, and I do think they'll make the playoffs. I don't know if they'll win the cup, but they are definitely a great team. So yeah, I think they're at S tier right now. Now we have the Columbus Blue Jackets, who I believe got Goudreau. He didn't go to the New Jersey Devils, but it did go to Columbus Blue Jackets, and they were expecting to do well. But as of right now, the Columbus Blue Jackets aren't doing that well. They are actually last in the Metropolitan Division with a minus 21 goal difference. So I'm actually going to put them as C tier. I don't think they're a bad team, but I just don't see a lot of faith in them. I really don't. Columbus Blue Jackets didn't have a good start, and I don't think they'll do well this season. But I don't think they'll do as bad as Arizona Coyotes. So I'm actually putting them as C tier, maybe D tier if you want it. But I think C tier is good enough for me. I don't think they need to place any lower. Now we have the Dallas Stars. Uh, First in division. I don't really follow the Western and Pacific division, but Dallas Stars are doing pretty well. I don't know much about them. I'm gonna put them at A tier, depending on standings. But yeah, I don't know much about them, but I do know some players. But I can't really say much for them because I really don't know. Detroit Red Wings, same. I think I put them at B tier. Detroit Red Wings, not too bad. I mean, yeah, 12 points, not bad. 5 wins, 3 losses, 2 overtime losses. I think they went on a pretty bad streak with regulation losses, 3, because they were 3-0-2, and now they are 5-3-2. Detroit Red Wings, obviously a decent team, not too bad, but yeah, I mean they're really not that bad of a team. They can improve, obviously. They have, who do they have? If they loads, Larkin, 13 points. Kubalik with 12 points. Yeah, Lucas Raymond, who was a pretty good rookie, I believe, last year. 5 points, not bad. So I do think they'll be bad. They're not bad. They're a young team. I think they'll improve. But as of this season, I don't think. I think they're a decent team. Now we have the Edmonton Oilers, and I would put them at S. But I mean, you know what? I'll put them S tier. Even though I don't know what they're not. I don't know what their standings are in. I'm not sure. Uh, where are they? Okay, here. Second. I mean, they did lose a couple. They did lose 4 games, but they do have the top 2 players, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Great players, the best dynamic duo in the league right now. Those 2 players are great. As you can see here, they tower in points. The Connor McDavid first and Leon Draisaitl number 2. So I do think they're a great team. Even them two, they have Darnell Nurse and Barry and Evander Kane. Great players. I think they're S tier. They're a great team. They're great offensively, great defensively, great in everything. I just think their goalie could be better, but that's it. I think they're a great team. They're S tier definitely. We have the Florida Panthers, who I'm not sure what they're in. Florida Panthers, 4th, not bad. Again, I'm putting them at B tier. I'm putting them at A tier because they were first last year. Actually, I might just put them S tier because they were first last year, but this is a new season, so I'm putting them at A tier as of right now. Actually, you know what? This seems criminal that the Blackhawks are this high. I think I might have to lower them down. Because I don't think the Blackhawks, even though they're third, I think I might have to lower them down. I'm sorry if this tier list is like all over the place. I don't really follow up the Pacific and Western Division. I only follow up with the Eastern Conference. But you know what? I might just put them at S tier because Florida was first last year and they're a great team. Even though they lost Johnny Gaudreau, who's a great player for their team, they might have lost. But I do think they'll still do decent. And I don't think they're a bad team, Florida Panthers. I think a bad start. Bad starts happen all the time. And even 6-4-1 isn't even a bad start. 13 points in 11 games is still a not bad start. Now we have the Los Angeles Kings. Now, Los Angeles Kings, I do follow up a bit with the Kings. 13 points, 13 games, not bad again. But I'm going to put them at B tier. Not a bad team at all. There really isn't. Los Angeles Kings, Jonathan Quick. That's kind of like all I know. But, Jonathan, but, I mean, they're not a bad team. I just, I just don't follow Los Angeles Kings, even though I just said that before. Yeah, Fiala, Anze Kopitar, Kempe, and Jonathan Quick. Oh, he's not doing too well this season. 3.26 goals allowed is a lot. Brandon Lemuel, Drew Doughty. Not bad players. Not bad points. I'm going to put that in B tier because I don't think they're a bad team. And I won't lie. I have no clue at the Minnesota Wild. I really have no clue. It's usually easier in the NFL to remember these teams, but in NHL it's quite tough. But the Minnesota Wild, I kind of just have to rely on standings at this point. 5th, 11 points, 11 games. I'm just going to put them at D tier because I don't know much about the team. And same with Montreal. Montreal were terrible last year. They were in Stanley Cup in 2020-2021 season. And now last year, I think they might have been second last or last. They were terrible. I'm actually putting them at last because they're just not a good team overall. Like, they don't have many good players. The offensemen, defensemen weren't that good. Yeah, they were last of the season, even though they made Stanley Cup the year before. I don't think they're a good team. They have to rely on the picks, and I think they're last. I don't think they're a good team at all. Nashville Predators. I don't know about a lot about the Predators. They did clinch playoffs, though. Barely, but it doesn't matter. They did clinch playoffs, but they did lose in the first round to Colorado. I believe it was a sweep. But as of right now, the Nashville Predators are 6 with 9 points. I'm going to put them at D tier because I don't think they're that good tier. Now, my New Jersey Devils. Where am I going to put them? I am actually going to put them at A tier. I don't think they're S tier. I really don't think so. I mean, that's nothing. I don't think they're anything compared to Boston Bruins, even though we did beat the Colorado Avalanche and the Edmonton Oilers. I don't think we're that good of a team. Okay, I'm sorry. That was no. I don't. We are a great team, but I don't think we're like an absolute great team. New Jersey Devils are. They do shoot a lot of the puck. They do have many young players like Jesper Bratt and Jack Hughes, but I don't see them as like a Stanley Cup contender. I do see them as a playoff contender, but I do not see them as a Stanley Cup contender. I am gonna put them at A tier for now, and sometimes I might even put them at B tier, but I'm gonna leave it at A tier. But the reason why I might put at B tier is because there's still young players and injuries, and the goalie situation that they may still have. So I'm putting them at A tier. I think they're a good team. I'm gonna leave them as that. New York Islanders. Okay, so the Islanders are a bit jumpy. I think 2 years ago they made the playoffs, the conference final, Eastern Conference final, and then last year, not a good season. And this season, they're doing not too bad. The third, it's a bit jumpy of a season. I am gonna put the Islanders at B tier. They're a great team, I think. They do have many. I call them the New Jersey Devils 2.0 because they do have many Devils players, but I think the New York Islanders are a good team still developing like any other team. New York Islanders, Zach Parise, Matthew Barzal, great players, and I think they did beat St. Louis Blues, Chicago Blackhawks. They didn't even beat Colorado Avalanche. I am very surprised by that, but I do think that Islanders are a good team. Like Brock Nelson, Anderson, Andersley, and Barzal, great players for Islanders, and I think they'll improve later on. And I think so. The New York Rangers. Oh, I am gonna put the New York Rangers at A tier, even though they're fourth and they've lost games that they should have not have, and they're 6-6 in wins and losses. I I don't know. I don't know what to say. I want to be biased because I am a Devils fan. I really don't want to be biased. Oh, but they do have the greatest goal in the league, Shesterkin. But I don't think they're starting him. If I'm wrong, let's look. Oh yeah, okay, they are. My bad. He's still Shesterkin is a great goalie. Igor Shesterkin, great. They let him in the playoffs. I'm not sure how far they got into him. I forgot. Oh, I think they went to the Eastern Conference Final. But Igor Shesterkin is a great goalie, best goalie in the league right now. And Artemi Panarin and Zibanejad and Fox Kreider, great weapons. I don't see why they're losing many games. I mean, it's only the beginning of the season. Could change, obviously. But Artemi Panarin and Zibanejad, great duo. I love them both. I think they're great players. I don't think they're S tier. But I do think they're A tier with New Jersey Devils. I would like to see how they face off. But yeah, as of right now, I am going to put them at S tier. Now we have next Ottawa Senators. Uh, I I mean, I would say they're not a good team, but if I can't really find the Ottawa Senators. Let me see where they are. Oh, okay, yeah, they're not a good team. They're the type of team that isn't really that good either. I don't know if I should put them last though, because I do have some young players. I am gonna put them my last for now. These three teams are not that good. They're really not. But like any team in this whole thing, they could obviously turn around and become a great team. We don't know that. The Philadelphia Flyers. I do not like the Flyers, but I'm trying not to be biased. Philadelphia Flyers. I am gonna put them at. Let's see. Where are they? They are 5th currently, but they did have a good start. They do have a decent start. They did lose like Claude Giroux, who was a great player. It was a big loss for Flyers, but he had to go. I don't know. This is tough for me. I think they have Van Riemsdyk and how do I get this out? Van Riemsdyk and I can't say his name. Kevin Hayes, D'Angelo, but I'm gonna put them at B tier. Philadelphia Flyers, like great team, great players. Just the team's not doing so well right now. The Pittsburgh Penguins, good every year, but this season they're 7th, which is not so good. But if I'm talking about future, I think they're going to do well because this is about the future, not now. I would Pittsburgh. No, I am gonna put Pittsburgh at A tier because Pittsburgh has Sidney Crosby and Malkin. I believe that's how you say his name. They're great players. Could lead Pittsburgh Penguins. Great players, obviously. But if I choose, I think Pittsburgh Penguins should be A tier. Like I said before, they're always a good team. Good team every year. So, yeah, I think I put Pittsburgh Penguins at A tier. It's the San Jose Sharks. They are not looking so good. I'm going to put them at D tier. I don't know about San Jose. I don't watch them. But I just do know that they are not performing as good as they should. San Jose, I don't think they were good last year either. I'm sorry, I clicked the wrong one. I'm gonna look at the player stats because I don't know what is wrong. Let me check this. But Erik Karlsson, great player. Erik Karlsson is a very good player. 18 points, 13 games, very good. Couture, Meyer, Hurdle. But Erik Karlsson definitely carries his team. But a one-person team isn't a good team. So, yeah, Erik Karlsson may be a good player, but that he can't just carry his team on his back and play just for San Jose. So, I am going to put San Jose at D tier, but I do think the players there could definitely do better. Like, Erik Karlsson, very good player. He could definitely do better. No, my bad. He is good. I think San Jose could do better. St. Louis Blues. Where are they at? They are last. Wow, I was not expecting that. They only have played 9 games though, and usually most of them play like 11 games. That's not really that good. They are last, but I do think they're going to be in the future. I think they're C tier. They're not too bad. They're a decent team. They really aren't that bad, but I don't know about them. O'Reilly, I do know O'Reilly, but St. Louis, I can't say much about them because I don't know. I'm sorry if I offend St. Louis fans, but I really don't know about you guys a lot. Next, we go on to Tampa Bay Lightning, and Tampa Bay won 2 cups in a row, been in the Stanley Cup Final 3 times in a row. I'm just gonna put them at S tier. Come on. They've been in Stanley Cup 3 times in a row. Steve Stamkos. We have Ryan McDonough. They have great players in their third. They're a great team, obviously. They've always been a great team. They lost Andre Palat, great player. Palat, he left in free agency inside the New Jersey Devils. Uh, but he's great. I mean, oh yeah, I forgot Kucherov. I can't forget about Kucherov. Kucherov is a great player also. Great player. Hedman, very good players. I think I'll put them at S tier. I mean, they're always a good team. Now you have the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now I wish to put them at S tier, and they usually fumble the bag. But I'm gonna put them at A tier because they don't have a good start. They're actually 6 behind Detroit, and so I think Toronto could definitely do better. Toronto is always a good team. They have Matthews and other. I can't believe I'm forgetting this. Matthews, Austin Matthews, great goal scorer for Maple Leafs, and they are the team that should be expected to do well. But yeah, I have John Tavares and Nylander, Marner. They're very good players. I am going to put them A tier, even though how bad of a start they had. I mean, it's not that bad, but it's a bad start. I am still going to put them at A tier since they are a pretty good team, and I don't think they're bad. I think they're great. I just think they had a bad start, and that happens all the time. Vancouver Canucks, not a bad team. I don't know. They do have Quinn Hughes. It's not bad. Still developing. I'm not sure if they put them C or D tier. That's tough. I might put them at. That is tough. I'm put them at C tier. They still have young players that can still develop, and I don't think they'll make playoffs. I don't think they're that good of a team, but they can still develop. Vegas Golden Knights, a second in the league, or they're first? I said Boston were first. Yeah, Boston are first, and Vegas are second. Vegas Golden Knights are always a good team. I really do like Vegas. I don't know why. I like the Vegas Golden Knights. It's a team that I like. What do they have? Jack Eichel, yeah, Jack Eichel, Mark Stone, Carlson, Petrangelo, Marchessault, great players, very good players, and I think those players will continue to be good for Vegas for a decent time, for like 2 to 3 years. So I put Vegas at, I'm putting them at S tier. Great teams, Vegas, and I think they'll continue to be a good team. You have the Washington Capitals, Alexander Ovechkin, great player. I'm putting them at A tier because I don't think they're like as a massive great team. I mean, they are good, but I don't think they're a great team. But they're not a bad team. I mean, if you look at them right now, the Capitals, yeah, they're 6, but they do have great players like Alexander Ovechkin, and there's more players I can't think of off the top of my head right now. But if you just look at them, they're a great team. I know they do good. I don't like the Capitals, but they are a good team overall. And lastly, we have the Winnipeg Jets. I don't know the Jets very much, but Winnipeg, where are they? Winnipeg, they're second. Okay, so as of right now, I don't know a lot about Winnipeg, so I'm just gonna put my B tier because that's like neutral almost. I don't know a lot about Winnipeg. I'm sorry, guys, but I don't know. But yeah, this is my tier list. It could definitely change. This is like a bit quick. I know it's like 20 minutes long, but it's quick because I gotta talk about this more. If it is off for you guys, I mean, this is just my tier list. It could definitely change over the season. I might make a tier list at the end of the season to see how they played. But yeah, this is my tier list. I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, I mean, comment down below who you think your favorite NHL team and who you think is the best team in NHL right now. Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed this video and have a good day, guys, and stay safe.